Chapter 2 Parliament Article 79 to 122. Under Article 79 of the Constitution of India, the Parliament of Union consists of President, Council of State, and House of People. The Parliament of India shall consist of two House and President. The Parliament of the for the Union consists of the following organ: President, House of People, and Council of State. Parliament consists of President, Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha. In which article of the Constitution the eligibility for re-election of the President is given? Article 57. Under the Constitution of India, the President is eligible for re-election. Choose the best option. The President of India can re-elected. How many members of Rajya Sabha can be nominated by the President of India from amongst who have distinguished themselves in art, literature, and social service? 12. How many elected members are there in the Council of State? 238. What is the maximum number of members of the House of People representing the Union Territory? 20. What is the maximum number of the members of House of the People representing the Union Territory? 25. The President is a part of the Parliament. The bill passed by the two houses cannot become law without the assent of President. Who has got a power to dissolve the Rajya Sabha? It cannot be dissolved. According to the Constitution, the Rajya Sabha is not subject to the dissolution. Who can dissolve Rajya Sabha? It cannot be dissolved. Dissolution of the House means that the life of the House ended and fresh House has to be constituted. Which one of the following House of India cannot be dissolved? Rajya Sabha. What is the duration of Council of State? None of the above. How many members of the Rajya Sabha retired after 2 years? One third. The minimum age of the qualification of the election of Lok Sabha is 25 years. To contest the election of Rajya Sabha, person shall not be less than 30 years. What is the minimum age prescribed for the member of Lok Sabha? 25 years. The sitting of the Lok Sabha can be terminated through adjournment, prorogation, dissolution. All. Prorogation means termination of session. What is the maximum gap permissible between two sessions of the Parliament? 6 months. What is the maximum gap between two sessions of the Parliament? 6 months. Prorogation of the House means the session of the House has been terminated. Under dash of the Constitution of India, President has right to address the Lok Sabha. B. 86. In which House is the President officer is not a member of the House? Rajya Sabha. The Speaker of the Lok Sabha can resign of his office by addressing his resignation to Deputy Speaker. Which one of the following statement is correct? By resolution of the House of the People move after 14 days, clear notice and passed. Speaker may be removed by a resolution of the House of the People move after 14-day clear notice and passed by the majority of all of them as a member of the House. Which one of the following is a ground of necessary to be proved in order to remove a speaker from any legislature? None of the above. What is a quorum laid down to constituting a member of either House of Parliament? 1/10 of the total number of the member of that house. The quorum for the meeting of the House of the People constitute 1/10 of the total number. What is the quorum under the Article 100 of the Constitution of India to be constituted a meeting either to the Parliament? 1/10 of the total member of the House. If a member of the Parliament remain absent without the notice of 60 days, his seat may be declared vacant. The seat of a member of Parliament is vacant if he holds the office of prophet. ये होना चाहिए. If he absent from the meeting of the House for at least 60 days. The Parliament of the state legislature can declare a seat vacant if the member absent without the permission from the session for 60 days. Who is authorized to decide the dispute regarding the disqualification of the member? President in consultation with the Election Commission. Under Article 74 of the Constitution of India, there shall be a Council of Ministers to aid and advise the President, who shall act in accordance with advice. In which one of the following case the President is not bound by the advice of the Council of Ministers while deciding the question regarding disqualification of the member of the Parliament? Who among the following decide the disqualification of the member of the Parliament? President of India. If the question arises as to whether the member of either House of Parliament has become subject of any disqualification mentioned in clause 1 of Article 102 of the Constitution, the question shall be referred the decision dash of his discussion shall be final. President. Who decide the dispute regarding disqualification of the member of the Parliament? President in consultance with the Election Commission. A person shall be disqualified from being a member of the either of the Parliament if he is so disqualified under dash schedule. 10th schedule. Freedom for speech for the member of Parliament has specifically provided under which article of the Constitution? Article 105. Parliament privilege is available to Attorney General when he participates in the proceeding of the House of the People. Minister speech made in the House which he is not a member. Nature of the power of Parliament punish any person for breach of its privilege is quasi-judicial. Keshav Singh case is related to parliamentary privilege. Member of legislative body enjoy the privilege for examination from arrest and detain the person only under civil process during the continuation of joint sitting, meeting and conference, joint committee of the House of Parliament and the House of State Legislature, and the case may be at the during 60 days before and after the sitting of the meeting of conference. Which one of the following case is connected with the parliamentary privilege. Kesav Singh versus Speaker of UP Assembly. A member of parliament can claim immunity from civil cases only. The press has to be the fundamental right. The press has no fundamental right to publish the proceeding of legislature because each house of the legislature is exclusive master of its proceeding. On the dissolution of the Lok Sabha, a bill passed by the both houses of the parliament awaited assent does not lapse. Give the great response regarding the procedure of the passing the bill in the parliament. A bill is pending in the parliament shall not be lapsed without prorogation of two houses of the parliament. Consider the following statement in respect of the Article 107 of the Constitution of India. A bill is pending in the Council of State which not has been passed by the House of the People shall not lapse on the dissolution of the House of the People. The joint sitting of the both houses of the Parliament in certain cases can call by President under Article 108. Who presided over the joint sitting of the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Speaker of Lok Sabha. The President of India has no power to call for a joint session of the Parliament if a bill imposing a tax passed by Lok Sabha has been rejected by the Rajya Sabha. Joint session of the Parliament was summoned by the President of India to Dowry Prohibition Act, Banking Service Act, Prevention of Terrorism Act. When two houses of the Parliament differ regarding a bill, then deadlock is to be resolved by a joint session of two houses. Who among the following presided over the joint session of the Parliament? The Speaker of the House of the People. Which bill provide the holding of the joint session of the both houses of the Parliament from its passage in the case of deadlock? Ordinary bill. Who presided the joint sitting of the both houses of the Parliament? Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Which one of the following statement is correct? A joint session of the Parliament shall be convinced by a President under Article 108 to break an impasse in any passage of bill. Rajya Sabha can withhold money for a period of 14 days. Rajya Sabha can keep the money bill for a period of maximum 14 days. Money bill can be initiated only in Lok Sabha. A money bill passed by the Lok Sabha is deemed to have been passed by Rajya Sabha if no action is taken within 14 days. The money bill passed by the Lok Sabha is deemed to have been passed by the Rajya Sabha when no action has to be taken by Rajya Sabha within 14 days. Money bill can be introduced only in Lok Sabha. Which one of the following statement is not correct? The money bill can be presented first in the House of Lords. Rajya Sabha can withhold the money bill for the period of 14 days. Which one of the following is the most correct in respect of the money bill? A money bill may only be introduced in the House of the People. Once it is passed by the House of the People, it is sent to the Council of States, which may send it back to the House of the People among the recommendation and purposes of amendment. If any, the House of the People, however, is bound by any such recommendation and the proposed amendment. Who decided in the parliament whether a bill is money bill or not? Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Money bill has been defined in Article 110 and 199. The President enjoy the right to return and respect to only non-money bills. The Act come into the force on the day of it receive assent of the President and Governor as the case may be. Where any central act is not express and come into the operation on the particular day, then it shall come into the operation on the day on which it received the assent of the President. Which one of the following is the correct statement? The ordinary bill introduced by Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, the law become it when it is passed by the both houses of the houses and the assent of the President is received. Who in respect of the every financial year cause to be laid before both houses of Parliament a statement of the estimated receipt and the expenditure of the Government of India for the year which is known as annual financial statement. President. Which one of the following set of the bill is presented to the Parliament along with the budget? Financial bill and appropriation bill. The process which empower the Lok Sabha to draw fund and advance pending in the completion of budgetary process is vote on account. What among the following is not a power and the function of a Speaker of Lok Sabha? The Speaker of Lok Sabha must be resigned from the membership of his party after being elected on the Speaker. Which one of the following is correct statement of law? Legislature make a law and the judge interpret them. Who among the following in India does not take oath of the office? Speaker. Chief Election Commissioner appointed by the President. Deputy Chairman of the Rajya Sabha elected by the Rajya Sabha. Speaker of the Lok Sabha elected by the member of the Lok Sabha. Chairman of Public Account and Account Committee appointed by the Speaker of the Lok Sabha. Consider the following statement. Parliament can legislate only the subject of the state list if the Council of State pass by resolution by two-third majority. The member present and voting in its expedient in the national interest to do so. If two or more state legislature pass a resolution to effect that the question of disqualification of a Speaker of the House of People on the ground of disaffection is decided by any member of the House of the People elected by the House for the purpose. The Parliament enacted by the legislature conferring the power on the central government to adopt the existing legislature from any state applying the same to any union territory. Such modification and restriction is deemed fit, and doing so it may repeal any existing law of the subject. The central government exercise the power repeatedly on the union territory and the amending some provision of the state legislation. With respect to the above, which one of the following is correct? The action is invalid as the legislation passed the Parliament delegating the power of central government is unconstitutional only partial in so for as it confer power to repeal the existence of legislature. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court may be enlarged by Parliament or by law. Who one of the following is nominated as chairman of the Person Account Committee by the Parliament? Speaker of the Lok Sabha. A legislation made by the state is a legislature is supreme legislation. A permanent Lok Adalat shall cognizance of any matter relating to offence compoundable under any law. Among the following state, which one sent the highest number of the Lok Sabha? Andhra Pradesh. Who constitute the State Administrative Tribunal under Administrative Tribunal Act 1958? President of India. The act of the Parliament is called enactment. The ratification of state legislation is not required for the Constitution Amendment Bill passed by the Parliament in respect to the amendment of Article 1 and 3 with regard to Union and its territory. Who presided over the meeting of Lok Sabha in the absence of a Speaker, Deputy Speaker? Which one of the following has been wrongly listed among the special power of the Rajya Sabha? None of the above. The Parliament can legislate only in the subject of a state list in all of the above cases. If Rajya Sabha declared the two-third majority resolution that it is expedient to do in the national interest for the implementation of international treaty or agreement, if two or more states make request to the Parliament to do so. The post of Leader of Opposition of Lok Sabha was created through the Act of Parliament 1977. The salary and perks of Prime Minister of India is decided by Parliament. President is the formal head of the Government of India in Shamsher Singh versus State of Punjab. Actual executive power of Union is with the Council of Ministers. UN Rao versus Indira Gandhi. President election disputes and decided by Supreme Court under Article 71. President is a part of Parliament under Article 79. The Supreme Court of India in the case of Haryana versus Danesh Kumar 2008 held that arrest imply apprehension of the accused by the police officer or the submission of the accused and custody of the word and action include when he is the judicial custody and surrendered before the court and submit its direction to Parliament has the power to make the law, audit of account and the union of the state. Which one of the following pair of the state has equally seeking the Lok Sabha, Andhra Pradesh and West Bengal? Lok Sabha Secretariat come under the direct supervision of Lok Sabha Speaker. Consider the following statement which is the residuary power of the legatee is the Parliament has the exclusive power to make any law with respect to any matter and enumerated in the list 1 and list 2 and list 3. Parliament may make law empowering any court to exercise the power of the Supreme Court enforcing the fundamental right. Which one of the following is a correct statement? Parliament may be law providing the appointment of the Joint State Service Commission to serve the need of two or more states when the resolution to that effect is passed by the legislature and those the state. Which one of the following statement is not correct? The legislature of the state cannot make a law with regulate water. Interstate water dispute can resolve by which one of the following tribunal established by the Parliament by law? The Council of State passes a resolution supporting, but not less than two-thirds majority of the member present and voting that it is a national interest of the Parliament should make law in such matter. Consider this statement. Parliament shall, while a proclamation of emergency is in operation, have a power to make law for the whole or any part of territory of India with respect to any matter enumerated in the list. Parliament has exclusive power to make any law with respect to the matter and not enumerated in the concurrent and state list. Parliament has the power to make any law for the whole or any part of the territory of India implementing any treaty, agreement, convention, while any other country. Parliament has power to legislate with respect to any state. List of national interest subject to the resolution passed by the Council of State by two-thirds majority. The jurisdiction of the Supreme Court of India may be enlarged by Parliament by law. Pith and substance. State of Rajasthan versus G. Chawla. Basic structure of the Constitution. Keswanand Bharti versus State of Kerala. Doctrine of Eclipse. Bikaji Narayan versus State of Madhya Pradesh. Rule of severability. State of Bombay versus F.S. Balsara.